I am traveling for work, so of course I brought some RCs to play with. And over here, that's New York City. And people keep telling me about this park. They just keep like raving about, like somewhere in the center. I don't know. So I'm gonna take an RC and I'm just gonna go check that out today. So let's do that. Here we go. Welcome to CK4RC. Now the RC I brought with me today is a JXC. Now I've never heard of this brand. I'm not familiar with it at all. If you have, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what model you've seen before, or if you have one, what you think of it. So I'm running the Delica, the 4-wheel drive model. They do have a 2-wheel drive. They also have a 4-wheel drive. I'm gonna see if this thing, how off-road this thing can be. So I wanted the 4-wheel drive. It is licensed by Mitsubishi Motors, so that's pretty cool. And they've got these 3 different liveries. Now these things, they say racing on them, so I don't know if these are actual racing vehicles or if these are support vehicles for the race trucks or cars or whatever, like the Dakar Rally or something. So honestly, I'm not familiar with this style. Again, if you know what this is based on, drop it down in the comments and let me know, because as is with all my videos, I didn't really do any research. I'm gonna open this thing up and go play in Central Park with an RC. So speaking of opening it up, let me do that and let's take a look at this thing real quick. Inside the box, we have this styrofoam brick and some paper instructions. We're not messing with those. Now this packaging is really reminiscent of FMS. So maybe JXC is an offshoot brand of FMS. I'm not real sure. We'll take that off and, oh, look at this. Honestly, I couldn't remember which color I got. Got the yellow and black, looking like a little honeybee. Has a bunch of toolboxes on here, so that's probably handy, especially if you're off-road racing. And it's the Inspiration model. That's cool. Delica belief system. I believe in Delica. So I don't know, is the Delica, like, is that the brand of Mitsubishi van? Because in the US we don't have anything like this, so I'm not familiar. I'm guessing it is a Mitsubishi Delica. I don't know, but look at that though. It's got like an interior, not a full interior, the cargo space, 2 seats. Doors don't open or anything. Wonder if I can get a dude in there at some point. Maybe. Check out the mirrors. That's so cool. And the mirrors have little mirrors, so that's nice. So many scale details on here. You've got the ladder on the back. You've got the cargo up top. You've got a couple, no, it's a full light bar, and it looks like there are LEDs in there, so that's cool. You have the windshield washers. You've got these crazy side mirrors. The front bumper, looks like there's LEDs in there as well. This thing should light up the night really nicely. And then this is an odd one right here. Is this the snorkel coming off the front fender back here and up this, like the A pillar? Is that between the passenger seat and the sliding rear door? I'm guessing that's the snorkel, so that's pretty cool. The wheels look pretty accurate for what I would imagine these things are in real life. The tires, doesn't feel like there's any foams in here, and they're more of like a street tread. Really kind of mild lugs on here, so I'm not real sure how off-road capable this is going to be, and that wheelbase is really short. So we're gonna see what kind of flex can we get on this thing. Not much. There's not much flex here at all. The suspension is very limited. You do get a little bit of body rub at full flex. So it does look like it's a 3 suspension in the front and the rear. And I'm not really seeing anything. This is interesting right here. So you've got your on-off switch, and then you've got this switch right here. Oh, there's another one. That's a 3-position switch. I wonder if this is for, like, if there's a shift servo in here that goes from low, neutral, high. That is really weird that it's on the bottom like that. You can see the servo up here. It is a servo on axle. Looks like it's got a servo saver on there. So hopefully we don't burn that thing up. I don't see any way to take this body off. Oh, wait. What's this right here? Okay, I'm gonna open that. Oh, there we go. Hang on. All right, so that's the body compartment, or the battery compartment right there. And it's running this little Molex connector. Again, it's very kind of FMS reminiscent. Oh yeah, the stickers on this is definitely FMS vibes right here. It does say JXC on the battery sticker, but you can't tell me that's not an FMS battery right there. But man, that battery compartment is so tiny. If I wanted to put a bigger battery in there, no, not doing it. And then, yeah, so this is the, well, that was this thing right here. This one doesn't come off, but this is what goes right here to cover the battery tray. So that's interesting. So I guess you don't take the body off unless you like take the screws out and stuff like that, but interesting. Okay, so we will not be inspecting the electronics, but you can see some circuit boards up here. I'm assuming those are for the lights and, you know, ESC, of course, and stuff like that. So receiver, all that good stuff. Definitely wires running through there. Yeah, I'm assuming that this is for a transmission kind of shifter right there. So we'll explore that a little bit. All right, well, let me get this thing charged up and slapped in my backpack. Let's get to the park. Made it to the park, and look at the lights on this thing. That looks so cool. And we also have some on the back as well. No, we don't. I thought we did. But those, no lights in those. A little bit of a bummer. So let's see what this thing's capable of. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. Oh wow, that got stuck on nothing. I don't understand what's happening here. Okay, I just wipe out. It's not the most sturdy, stable. This wheelbase is not helping it any. Saved it. High pointed, totally stranded right here. Oh, the motor's not even engaging. That is really underpowered. Uh-oh. Oh, the transmission button got bumped. See how it handles this decline, because I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's a pretty good angle. So let's see how it does on the decline and see if I can climb back up it. See that rear wheel? We got some three-wheel action going on, going down. This motor is so underpowered. And what happens is the tire scrub on the fenders is catching, and the motor doesn't have enough power to push through, and it just freezes it in its tracks. This thing looks really cool though. It's kind of fun. You have to pick very carefully which lines you want to try to take, because it's not very capable. No saving that one. So you really have to be very thoughtful about how you approach things and what lines you even try. And this tiny wheelbase just adds a whole other degree of difficulty, and I'm getting all kinds of debris wrapped around this thing. Oh, cool, came out clean. Honestly, I'm surprised it even made that climb. I'm gonna try this decline right here. See how this brake over it. Okay. Turn into it. Oh, I'm high pointed. Oh, nice. Still managed to make it through. That was fun. The side hill on this, whoa, good save. The side hill on this is not good. It is so top heavy. It's such a short wheelbase, such a tall vehicle. The side hill is just not good. Watch, here we go. And tumble wumble. Oh, I just powered through. Cool, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. This thing just looks so cool. There's the tumble wumble. I knew it was just a matter of time. Saved it just to wipe out again. Since that first rock wasn't extreme enough, I went ahead and I found one that was a little bit more extreme. Because, yeah, why not? You only get to Central Park a few times in your life if you don't live here, maybe. So, let's see what the Delica can do. Not much. Take two. Okay, take it a little different angle. This little ridge here. There we go. Finally pulled its way out of there. That was surprising. I don't see a good way to get to where I'm trying to go. So I'm just gonna drive it and see if, nope. See if the Delica can do what I want it to do. I have a feeling that it can't. It's just so jerky. Oh, there went one of the mirrors. Driver's side mirror, that's a goner. Oh, but there it is, I found it. So I'll snag that. See if I can glue it back on. The mirror is still intact. No 7 years bad luck for me. Well, there's not much of a drag brake on this thing. So let me see if I can just give it some throttle and hold it in place. Nope, give it more throttle and it goes backwards. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting kind of somewhere. The throttle control is not the best. And by that I mean it's not really that good at all. Little ridge runner action right here. Nope, all done. Okay, so I think I've seen pretty much what I need to see from the Delica to know if you should try this thing out or not, if I recommend it. The answer is a resounding no thanks. Now I am going to, goodness gracious. Now I'll probably keep mine and just keep it on the shelf just because it looks so cool and so different from every other RC I have.
So I'll keep it for the aesthetic reasons, but as far as an RC goes, an off-road RC, it's four-wheel drive, mind you. This just isn't the one. So we will head back to the room, to the hotel room studio, and we'll wrap up and call it a day. I made it back to the hotel room studios, and I have some thoughts. So I'm gonna flip this around and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. First thing, I forgot to show the transmitter a little bit ago, so I wanna show this off. Definitely FMS reminiscent. Kind of has that Dumbo RC feel to it as well. The steering knob, it's not foam, it's plastic, but there's like no ridges, so it's like trying to steer with a racing slick. And it just, I mean, you can see like it's just slipping under my finger. I can't. So, I mean, obviously I wouldn't be trying to drive this way anyway. That's silly, who does that? But anyway, there's a transmitter. It does have this channel 3 button down here. Now, typically this is gonna be for your transmission, shifting from low to high. And that's also what this is for as well, which the bottom of the truck also has channel 3. If I can get good lighting here. Right here, channel 3, this button right here. That also switches gears as well. And then you've got your on-off switch on the bottom. So, a couple things. I don't understand why there's a shifting switch. And this is a three position switch down here on the bottom, plus the 3-position switch on the transmitter, which I know why it's up here. So you can shift gears on the fly, on the road. So that makes sense, and I like that. This doesn't make sense, and I don't like it, because this isn't a hypothetical what if. This actually happened. Rolling over a bump, this got knocked out of gear. And so it got bumped into neutral. So don't like that. And it's like the lowest point on the whole thing is the transmission switch. So JXC, I don't know why you did that, but that's bad design. And then you've got your on-off button here. Now, luckily, it's kind of buried down pretty low, so the odds of something coming up here and hitting it and turning the truck off are probably low, but I just don't like having a push button on-off facing the bottom like that and having it be so exposed. So those are some of my big takeaways with this thing. The other takeaways, so as cool as these details are, they're not the sturdiest. And this one, the top up here is a little bit broken. And then as we saw, the whole driver's side mirror got totally snapped off. Now, having said all that, there are 2-wheel drive version and 4-wheel drive versions of this truck. The 4-wheel drive version costs a little bit extra. To be quite honest with you, this is the 4-wheel version. And just to be perfectly blunt, I don't know if it matters. I mean, this thing it's not good. It looks awesome. I'm not going to take anything away from it in that regard. But it's so bad. The wheelbase is so short. There's minimal suspension travel. The motor is so unpowered that even when you get a little bit of body rub right here, it stops movement of the vehicle. Like, it can't even power through. And these aren't even big lug tires, like for something to really get snagged up on the wheel well. I mean, these are street style radial tires. So a lot of things going on here that are not great. But if you're looking for something different, this thing's pretty cool. It looks awesome. It's definitely different than every single other RC I have. So, like I said, I am going to keep this. I'm going to put it on my shelf and just make it, just have it look awesome sitting in my fleet. But that's what we got. So, there's the JXC Delica. I will link down below to The four-wheel drive version is the same one I have here, but honestly, if you want to get one, you're only getting it for looks anyway, so you might as well save a little bit of money and go with the two-wheel drive version. I'll drop a link down to the two-wheel drive version too, because honestly, that's the way to go. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. Be sure to hit that quadfecta for me before you go. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this thing. Would you want to pick one up? What would be your plan for it? So let me know down in the comments. Keep doing RC stuff, and I'll see you next time. Big time thank you to my members and channel partners, and if you would like to join the ranks, click on that join button for exclusive content, never before seen videos, early access to videos, and other exclusive content, pictures, polls, and having an active voice in what comes next on the channel. So appreciate the support. Click on that join button, and thank you so much to the channel members.